Okay, so today has been a very accidented day for trying to record this making of. Today's making of is very special. I was expecting this to be a little earlier so that it would be a much nicer sunset. However, the weather is not collaborating enough. It's being winter's arriving, so it's kind of cloudy. It's not that warm as it used to be. And as you can see, there is very little light already, so I'm afraid we won't capture a beautiful sunset as I was expecting. But I think that still we can share, or the purpose for today is sharing with you a very interesting song which I am about to present for a good number of reasons. Let's start first talking about this today's song. First, I need to say that to be sincere, I really didn't know this song prior. I mean, this is not one of the songs that I can consider or that I can say that I loved, that I have had in my life for a good number of days or time. It is, I had heard it several times before, but have never really paid attention to it. And I told myself that in fact we needed to bring this to the series, and the song is called Veracruz. As you can see in the map I am sharing with you today, it is very easy to understand where Veracruz is located in the in our country in Mexico. It has this elongated shape that covers over 50% of the Gulf of Mexico. 50% of the Gulf of Mexico is territory of the state of Veracruz. Veracruz is a very interesting, has a very particular importance in the history of Mexico, not only because we are talking about music today and there are a number of things that we will talk about soon, but it is very interesting to mention that Veracruz is key to the history because uh, two countries or foreign countries have invaded us using the port of Veracruz. We've been, well, it was not Mexico yet, but the Spanish arrived by the peninsula de Yucatan and then moved along the Gulf of Mexico until they reached Veracruz. And in fact, there they built a fortification for them to operate from there. So they used what is now the port of Veracruz, and that's a point of entrance from the Spanish to this area of the Valley of Mexico. Later on in history, the French, who also invaded Mexico, arrived through the port of Veracruz as well, and we had an invasion from the US as well in our history of Mexico, and some of them also disembarked in Veracruz. So Veracruz has been the point of entrance to many good things and not so many good things, and that is why Veracruz plays a major role in the history of our country. Now, if we talk about the people of Veracruz, which by the way, I would like to tell you that the full name is Veracruz, but most likely if you know somebody from Veracruz, he will not say Veracruz, but he will say Veracruz. Where are you from? I am from Veracruz. And he will extend the U for longer and will not pronounce the Z at the end of Veracruz. So Veracruz is very normal to that Mexicans also say it Veracruz. He's from Veracruz, exaggerating the U. And so we talk about this very nice place. It's time to mention to talk about the music, and to talk about the music we also need to make reference that we had of something that we had mentioned in the past as well. It is very interesting because as for the copy that I have in my or at least my printed copy, a verse in the front page that this is a composition by Agustin Lara. However, on the first page, starting the actual score, it gives credit to Maria Teresa Lara. I also had the chance of reading a little about it was curious because if you have followed a previous postcard that is called Novillero, the Novillero postcard talks about or tells that it is intended that Maria Teresa Lara is the actual author of that song, Novillero. However, it is also credited to his brother. So I did a little research and found out that there is something. Hmm, from my perspective, not particularly healthy, that either Agustin Lara is crediting on his name actual compositions from his sister, or it looks like Maria Teresa Lara would be the author of a good number of lyrics that later on his brother put music into, or that there was a much more complex relationship between the two in building the actual compositions. And at some point, it is said that Agustin Lara would have not been that great if it hadn't been for the collaboration with his sister. However, the world of composers is for men and not for women. So there are people who tend to think that Maria Teresa Lara is not credited directly because it was a world for the men, and maybe because Agustin Lara himself imposed his point of view to that of his sister. In either way, in the best of all cases, Agustin Lara used his sister to evade or to for the business part of the loyalties of the or the income for his composition. So in the best of all cases, he just used it for that. In the worst of all cases, he's been credited for things that he didn't really actually compose, and it was his sister's. In that scale, from the worst to the best, at least it still seems that Maria Teresa Lara has not been given the recognition she deserves. There is not been enough investigation around that, but still it seems like the life has not been fair enough to Teresa Lara, and so now it is time to talk about the actual song, the song Veracruz. Hopefully, in the sometimes in sometime in the short term, somebody will run a much deep investigation on trying to understand what was Maria Teresa's role in it, and maybe someday she will have enough recognition for the actual work that she did. Not only for collaborating with her brother, which still it means she's at by the shadow of his brother, but to giving her the full recognition that she deserves for herself and her work. If you recall about the music, we are about to listen to the music. And after that small introduction, there is what I call an affirmative. Maybe I shouldn't use the word affirmative, but there is this affirmation of of yourself as a people from Veracruz, and you say, yo nací con la luna de plata y nací con alma de pirata. I was born, and for those who have had a chance of watching the silver moon when it is on its top, and there is this shade of light of the silver moon towards the ocean, which is very beautiful. So the song starts by telling that I was born under this silver moon and that I was born with this soul of a pirate. Pirate. It is a small exaggeration because there were actually pirates in the Caribbean, but not in the area of Veracruz. But you know, this is a song, not a history book, so I think we can take that, right? Okay, so let's listen to the music and this part of the introduction, what I was telling you, the reaffirmation of who actually I am. Yo nací con la luna de plata y nací con alma de pirata. And when he does reaffirmation, he says, Yo nací con la luna de plata. Then it goes for y nací con alma de pirata. It is very interesting that after that affirmation of who I am someone born under the silver moon and with the soul of a pirate. There is a small change in the music and it goes for something more rhythmic that now He's also making this affirmation about himself, and he says now that he has been rumbero y jarocho. Rumbero means that he likes the rumba. You know that music, and for that point, I should should also mention that people from Veracruz are known for loving to dance, saying lots of bad words, and being in a good humor all the time. So when they say rumbero y jarocho, I was born rumbero, loving the rumba, and jarocho. Jarocho is the way we call people from Veracruz. They are also Veracruzanos, but whenever you say, ah, he's jarocho, we know he's from Veracruz. So what he says, yo he nacido rumbero y jarocho trovador de veras. When it says trovador de veras, it makes reference also that they really like to sing, sing and sing and sing. That's what this whole phrase wants to tell us about the character of people from Veracruz. Rumbero y jarocho trovador de veras. And now there is a change because what the song is telling us is that the one who is singing this song is not a person who is currently living in Veracruz. He is from Veracruz, but he is not there. In it is fact a song about longing for his land, a song telling or recalling how beautiful it was to live there. So it says, y me fui lejos de Veracruz. And so I left to a place far, far away from Veracruz, and then starts this longing for Veracruz, and it says, Veracruz, rinconcito donde hacen su nido las olas del mar. Veracruz, pedacito de patria que sabe sufrir y cantar. This very rhythmic melody tells us about the mood, the character of the people from Veracruz. So if you see, it goes very, very rhythmic, and in fact, this is the melody that most people recall the song for. So if you don't mind, why don't we take it from the beginning so that you can get the spirit of the whole song until here, and moreover, this how these three changes in the mood, starting from the affirmation of who I am, how my character of liking rumba and being a jarocho, and then telling you that I left it, and then you go for longing for your place and this very rhythmic melody. Yo nací con la luna de plata y nací con alma de pirata. He nacido rumbero y jarocho trovador de veras y me fui lejos de Veracruz, Veracruz. The sticky melody, nancito donde hacen su nido las olas del mar. Veracruz, pedacito de patria que sabe sufrir y cantar. Veracruz, son tus noches diluvio de estrellas, palmera y mujer. Veracruz, vibra en mi ser. Algún día hasta tus playas lejanas tendré que volver. We will have a repetition of the song, and I hope I helped in making you feel how the melody flows. As I, sorry to insist again, from that affirmation of where I am born, my spirit of rumbero y jarocho. How is it that I left my beautiful land gives no reasons for leaving the land, and now starts describing Veracruz as that rinconcito donde hacen su nido las olas del mar, about that very beautiful small place. I think that the word rinconcito, it's not the translation of a small corner, but it makes reference. If you realize the shape that Veracruz has, it is almost like a corner. So I think that's what the song means about this beautiful small corner where the waves of the sea reach. It also tells us about Veracruz that is a small piece of our country, of the patria, que sabe sufrir y cantar. For this, I think that this makes reference to what I was sharing with you earlier, that Veracruz has been the point of entrance to two invasions to the country, the Spanish, at some point the Americans and the French as well. So keeping that in mind, and of course all the suffering that a war, an invasion of this kind would make provoke, I think that's why the word sufrir is used in this part of the song. And cantar makes reference to what I was also sharing with you, this mood of the Veracruzanos, that they are very happy, enthusiastic, energetic people, so they can both sing and suffer. That's what this part of the song says. Son tus noches diluvio de estrellas, palmera y mujer. So your nights are so full of stars. There are so many palm trees and beautiful women. Veracruz, you still are vibing within myself. Algún día hasta tus playas lejanas tendré que volver. As I was just sharing the song, he's actually sung by somebody who is not in his Veracruz homeland. So he's far away, but he's making this promise of sometime soon he will go back to that beautiful land that he really loves. Because sometime, algún día, hasta tus playas lejanas tendré que volver, because someday I will reach all those beaches that they are so very far. Because I have to say now that being Veracruz, such a huge, very long state, there are many beaches that are not explored that can be called virgin beaches. I will continue playing the music, and actually, what it does is that this is a repetition of the lyrics. Veracruz, pedacito de patria que sabe sufrir y cantar. Veracruz, son tus noches diluvio de estrellas, palmera y mujer. Veracruz, vibra en mi ser. Algún día hasta tus playas lejanas tendré que volver. And I think that I forgot to mention that when people go and have concerts in the state of Veracruz, it is tradition that the singer or of the music group, at some point at the beginning or at the end of the concert, they usually play a part of this song, which many people consider as the hymn of the state of Veracruz, and they are so very proud and thank Agustin Lara for having composed this song for them. I think that is pretty much what I had to share for this song, and I hope to see you some other time soon. Thank you, and bye bye.